So, how is the logistical process of coming here? Like, do you know about any of that? Or, like, the preparations?
I remember snippets of it when I was little. All I know is that during the process, my parents, I would be in school and I was little, I didn't understand any of it. But all I remember is there are plenty of times where my dad would just randomly pop up in my school. And so one of my teachers would come and get me and be like, hey, your dad is here. And then the reason why he would be there would be to get a fingerprint or something. And I just didn't get any of it. There were plenty of times where we would have to leave schools because we would have to go to the hospital to get like so many shots. Like I got shots in places I'd never thought about getting shots before. I got shots in my thighs. I got shots in my shoulders, like the top of my butt cheeks. Like I just got shots everywhere, and I just never understood it. But um, I think the process is pretty expensive, is what I know of because it takes a while. Because if obviously if it didn't take a while, everyone else would be able to do it. So I think it takes a pretty long time. But I don't remember much about it besides the day that my parents told us that we'll be traveling to the U.S. in like a week, and then I just got very excited. It was just like out of nowhere. We were packing bags, and I didn't get it. And my dad was like, "Oh, we're gonna be leaving. We're going to go visit America for like 4 weeks." And I was like, "Wait, what? Is that what we're taking all those shots and all that?" And he's like, "Yeah, because we have to make sure that you don't take any diseases over there or something like that. You have to make sure you don't have anything." And it was exciting. It was an exciting period, but I was young, so I didn't really understand very much of it. But I was excited. So that's about all I know about it.
Have you had any difficulties when it comes to staying here, like in terms of citizenship or anything?
No, but I actually just got my citizenship. Um,
Oh, that's just cool.
yeah, I got my citizenship here my freshman year because I had to wait until. So my parents, my mom and dad got it when my sister was under 18. And because of that, she automatically got citizenship because my mom and dad got it because she was under 18. But for me, I had to go through the process myself. So the first thing I did was I had to get this book that had like the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence in it. Like, um, it had questions like, do you know the national anthem, the pledge, a bunch of random questions like, ooh, I'm trying to remember some. What were some of the questions that were in there? Like, what age do you have to be president? All these random questions. Some questions that my friends couldn't even answer because they didn't know. Things that you would learn in history, pretty much. And so after I learned those questions, I had to go to what's the place? The Immigration Services building in Baltimore. And then over there, I know all I remember paying was just sending this paper was like $700 just submitting this paper. So I don't know how much else my parents had to pay beforehand because they would always talk about how expensive it was. I don't know how much they'd had to pay beforehand, but there was just this paper we had to submit, and to submit this paper, you had to attach a like $700 check to it to submit it. And I submitted it, and then I had to go to that building, and then I met with this guy, and he asked me a whole bunch of questions in the book. From the book, he was like, "What is um, what is the pledge? Who is the president in 2000 and something something? Um, what age do you have to be president?" And then I answered all the questions, and I was like, these weren't hard. Like I know these. And he was like, "You'd be surprised how many people don't pass these questions because they don't know." And then after I was done with that, I couldn't. Also during that period, I couldn't get any like tickets. Like you had to be. You couldn't get any tickets. Like you couldn't get in trouble for anything. Like if I had had like a felony for possession of marijuana or something like that, it would make the process even harder. I don't know if I'd be able to even get it. So my dad would always tell me. But I didn't have anything like that. I just went to school and did nothing fun. So, so I did. So I just got it, and then after I was done, I got my fingerprinted, and then they had the ceremony in there that very day, where they printed out the paper saying that congratulations, you've been a naturalized citizen, and then I was good. I got my citizenship, And then I had to go get a new social security card that had the USA thing at the bottom. And then I had to go get a passport that had the American flag and a picture of me looking like it was a mugshot. But and then that was how the citizenship process went for me. But I haven't had any issues with that. I think my parents are the people that really like handled that well because they didn't want to do anything wrong, especially with how things have been in the U.S. like the past couple of years. So they took that stuff pretty seriously. Question, I don't know yet, but check.
Check. Cool. I started another file thing. But yeah, I think you're doing good. You're like telling me the story and stuff, which is what I want.
Yes.
Okay, let me think. So, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but talked about your parents' perspective. So, what does America represent for you in, like, especially as a child, and like your parents told you you're going to America and you're excited, like, why were you excited? What did that mean for you, and how's that changed?
So when you live in Ghana, where it's not like there aren't opportunities, but they're a little more. They're less. The opportunities are less. There's no guarantee that you're gonna get out of school and there's a job waiting for you, or you're gonna get a job. I mean, I'm not saying that is what it is here, but the likelihood of you getting out of school, getting a job, there's like a system to it here. You know that you're gonna get out of high school, you're gonna go to college if you want to. It's all if you want to. Everything is if you want to. You're gonna get out of college, and then if you want to go get a job, you can start applying for jobs, and there are jobs. There will be jobs for you to get, which means that jobs means you're gonna get an income. You can get some kind of money and start building a life. And then having a job means if you want to go get a master's degree, you can do that. In Ghana, it wasn't the same. There was no system where it was you're gonna go to. There was a system with the education where it was you're gonna go to the I guess high school, middle school deal, and then you're gonna go to an upper level school and then a college. But it's harder. It's expensive. It's a lot more expensive. So only a few people are able to do it. Nothing that my parents or my family had to worry about, but it's a lot more expensive, and the system is not as clear. But here it is very simple. It's very structured and easy, and you know how it goes. So what's the question again?
Kind of like what does America represent for
Oh, okay. So for me, coming here was very exciting for me. It's just like, oh my God, these are the things that I see on TV, the YouTube videos that I watch. There's just so many things that I can do. So many opportunities here for me. And I know one of the biggest things for me was I always knew of these big companies like Deloitte, EY, PwC. I don't know if you know what any of these companies are. Okay, KPMG. These are all these big companies that hired some people in Ghana. I knew people that would like get like almost recruiter to these companies. Like someone would recruit them to these companies. So I knew people like that were like they're very smart and they would work at like Goldman Sachs. So for me, I was always like, that is so awesome. Why can't that be me? So, but I knew if I came here and I like worked my way through the system and did my high school, college, maybe work towards a master's degree, then I would be able to get a job. It's all about working hard. Like working hard, setting your mind towards the goals that you wanted to, and then striving to achieve them at all costs. So I was very excited when I came here, and I viewed it as an opportunity to really maximize all my potentials because there's nothing that could like stop me. What is stopping me from studying 10 hours a day to get an A in every single class? Nothing. I can do that. And all of that will only end up helping me with a better future, being able to like almost achieve like the dreams that I have in mind of if I had a nice house or if I had a nice car. So I was very excited about it actually. And I don't think that has changed very much because since I came here, I've pretty much it's been that's been the process that I've gone through. I've gone to finished high school, and my parents are huge in education. And then I'm in college now. I've been applying for jobs, and then I am working towards maybe getting a master's degree at some point, and then after getting a master's degree, I'm just gonna continue to work, hopefully buy a house in the future, like just build a future for myself, and I can do that if I just keep working hard for and strive towards it. So that's what it means for me to be here.
Yeah. Thank you. It's just good. Oh, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna move more towards like like the next section, which is kind of like United States experience. So my first question from that is like, walk me through how you adjusted to the United States and how you felt like adjusting from Ghana to here.
Okay, so that is a little more challenging. It was not as easy. Not something that I share with everyone because it's kind of like an individual process that you go through. No one can really. I mean, you can ask questions, but no one can really help you with it. So you kind of have to figure it out on your own. So when I came here, I was supposed to go to 7th grade, but they brought me back a grade, so I ended up staying in 6th grade. Just to, I guess, for them to just make sure that I knew every single thing. And obviously the culture was completely different. Everyone acted different, and here I was, 6th grader, had no idea what the heck I'm getting myself into. I don't think my parents knew either. So I remember going to school for the first day, and I didn't say a word to anyone because one of the most embarrassing things for me at that point was everyone would try to ask me these questions about random things. But I had an accent at that point. And whenever you would talk, people would make fun of it. So that was one of the things that I had to deal with for a long time. Probably about a year, almost 2 years after having to like be here for a long time, everything started to change. Like my accent started to change and things. But I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't say anything in class. I couldn't talk because when you would speak, someone would either say, "Oh my God, that's so cool," or like, "Dude, why do you sound like that?" Or they would make fun of it. And it almost made you feel like singled out. And I didn't like feeling singled out, so I wouldn't talk. So I was very athletic. I just loved sports at the time. So I was always PE class. Was kind of how I made a lot of my friends. I made a lot of friends there because they would always pick me to be on their team because that was the one thing I was good at, sports. So that's how I made a lot of my friends, especially running. I was really fast when we had like our